So at least, I feel like some of your comments are a perfect setup for my next question, which is around the propaganda that you are not falling for anymore. So part of what you were talking about is like, oh, automate everything, right? Like I really want to be more tactile with my money. So what propaganda are you leaving in 2025? What are you no longer falling for?
I think, although I can't lie, like I'm an ambitious person, like I have goals, but sometimes you don't have to have a goal. Like you can, it's okay to just be out here on vibes. Sometimes I think we need more people who are just experiencing life. Like I I think especially when you're on social media, it can be extremely overwhelming seeing the amount of content that's like how to plan this, how to do XYZ. Um I'm not I'm kind of against that. Like I miss the era. I like vlogs. I like just seeing people go about their day. I guess like for some people cooking is a goal, but I like things that don't feel like, yes, there's skills that can compound, but they don't feel, I think we've professionalized our personal lives a little too much. So I'm maybe not falling for that propaganda wholly. Like, yes, it works in some aspects, but in some aspects it's like you're a human. um and so I think that is what I'm not falling for when I'm leaving behind in 2026. There was another one I had, but come back to me, I have to remember it.
Okay.
I think I'm not falling for the, how do I say this? Like the doing things fast, making, it's kind of similar. I feel like I'm like, at least it's what you said, but it's kind of similar to what Elise was saying about decorating her apartment, because I feel like I've experienced that this year too. And I remember like maybe two apartments ago, I got in there and I was like, it needs to look cute in here and it needs to look cute in here right now. And I just bought a bunch of stuff, bought a bunch of like artwork that didn't really mean anything, but like was cute. And none of that stuff is stuff I'm still using now. And so I think I was, I was so concerned with like how I wanted things to feel in the moment that I did not think about like how it would feel in however long, or like what it meant to me, or being able to look back, when I have a home and be like, I got this in this place and it's special to me because, and so I think that applies to not only, like putting together your space, whether you're in an apartment that you're paying rent at or a house or whatever, but just like intentionality behind like how you're doing things. I think especially when you want to do a lot of things, it can feel like you need to do those things fast. Um, and I think some things need to be done fast, but bulldozing through creating stuff, bulldozing through just like learning about yourself and what you like is can kind of feel like a disservice. So I've just been kind of trying to just like resist the urge to, just make things turn around very quickly.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
I have two. The first one is I'm no longer falling for the propaganda of um, or the optics of supporting Black owned. I think that we keep getting finagled into supporting things. And most recently, it's been a thing that I actually really think is cool, which is the Pierre Labore bag. Pierre Labore is a Haitian American designer that makes these really intricate, handmade mohair purses. And people really go up for the quality and craftsmanship. And I think that it's great. They're selling out like super fast. Um, but I don't think that they're selling out for the right reasons. And that's kind of the thing where I'm trying to steady myself and encourage other people to really look at the ways in which we are supporting, some of these Black-owned businesses. Sometimes we're looking for an optic, and it's like, sure, I could buy Beyonce's latest fragrance, but if the goal is to like stimulate Black economies, I could get it from the African shop, and like that's actually doing more for like my direct community than this other thing. So looking at, if we're really into the idea of supporting Black owned and wanting craftsmanship and wanting quality, does that exist in our communities, which I believe it does, in a way that isn't currently being platformed? And focusing more on that than just trying to be attached to the thing that's featured in Essence or going viral on TikTok. And then the second thing is slip in your deep conditioner. I don't think it works. I think that a good deep conditioner needs to feel like it's already bonded to your hair. And I just don't believe it. I don't believe the Curly Nikki tribe telling you about slip. I think that big conditioner is tricking us out of our
Big
dollars.
conditioner.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna stand behind that one.
Okay, so then I feel like I gotta know, like, what deep conditioner are you loving then?
Okay, I actually really do like the Sacred Deep Conditioner. And I think people are complaining that it doesn't have enough slip. But like I said, I feel like it needs to be. We're trying to do some cuticle
I
repair
agree
right
with
here.
you. Why
Like,
does a deep conditioner need to have slip? It's not a
yeah,
shampoo.
it's like I'm going under the dryer, and when I come out, I want to like feel like there's nothing to wash out, even though I'm still gonna do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what a good conditioner does. But we've been lied to a lot around. I think we're still in an era of 4C girlies trying to look like Zendaya, uh, hair wise, and we got to work out of that slowly. So it's a lifelong process.
I'm trying to remember the last time I used a conditioner where that I felt like it was like like not like marrying with my hair. I don't know, but maybe my expectations are too low. But I'm just like,
Because I wouldn't want a thinner. I wouldn't want a conditioner with slip. Now that like I want a thick
yeah,
conditioner.
Yeah.
yeah, that like coats
Like
your hair.
Everyone's like,
Right?
it needs to be dripping. I'm like, no, I need all
no,
this
That's
product to
water.
stay.
like that's the point. You're supposed to. No, no.
I'll say the other light side of like the propaganda I'm not falling for is everything being a sample sale. We are using
Yeah.
sample sale way too loosely, and I say this while I'm wearing a shirt from a sample sale that was not a sample sale price. But that's another. I guess I just got caught up in the moment. But I feel like everything is being called sample sale, sample sale, sample sale because like it like sounds chic. But no, you are liquidating old product that like at the time you did not really care about quality as much and you're trying to get rid of it and make a quick buck, but these are not samples and they're I think like the everybody is calling things a sample sale when you should really just call it a sale or call it clearance, but clearance doesn't sound as sexy. um, and so that's propaganda I'm not falling for.
I don't know that I ever fell for this propaganda, but I really want to leave it in 2025. This idea of cutting people off very quickly, right? So any disagreement, any tension, any conflict automatically means that I need to protect my peace and leave this relationship where it is. And I feel like we do that way too often, or at least I see a lot of conversation around it. That makes me very uncomfortable because it feels like people are not actually practicing good relationship skills, but instead just kind of running to avoid conflict. And I really want us to get more comfortable just kind of being in the messy middle with people because that is where relationships flourish. So that's the propaganda I'm not falling for.